Hey YouTube, this is Ada. I'm coming in to do a video and I'm going to talk about perimenopause, my symptoms. Um, I started experiencing hot flashes, heavy cycle, horrible depression, um, spotting in between cycles, um, just all kinds of unusual symptoms, digestive issues, which may have been related to vitamin D, but I now know that some people experience digestive issues, more specifically acid reflux, during perimenopause. And perimenopause is the period where you haven't missed your cycle a complete year, which would make it menopause. Um, but you're having all these symptoms and you're still having a cycle, and your period may be skipping. You may be seeing it every 3 months, every 6 months, but you haven't quite missed it a whole year to qualify you to be in menopause. From what I'm hearing, some women experience perimenopause in their 30s, some experience in their late 20s, 40s, 45, and I just happen to be 52, and I started experiencing these symptoms when I was 51. I had never had a hot flash, didn't know what a hot flash was. I never had a night sweat, didn't know what a night sweat was until I got 51 and felt like my body was in total chaos. Now, I may add, I did have some deficiencies like vitamin D and iron, but I had a lot of the classic symptoms according to my research of perimenopause. So, guys, I'm going to talk to you today about some of the things that I did to help um, minimize the symptoms. And it took a while to get these symptoms under control, but I'm finally managing the symptoms. Now, I also experienced anxiety, panic attacks, um, a lot of anxiety during the day. Like I say, horrible depression, and oh my goodness. But I know that, a lot of it was due to hormonal issues. I now know that. And just not having the proper nutrients in my body. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some of the things that I did. Okay, so the first thing that I start really emphasizing on is my diet. It's changing my diet up and kind of watching what I ate and things like that. So I started doing like a lot of vegetables. Um, I started drinking a lot of smoothies, which I ate fairly healthy before, but I did extra. I started doing like pink salmon for, the B12 and the vitamin D that's in that A and D. Um, I started just doing healthier things. But the key supplements that I started taking was vitamin D. I started taking magnesium, selenium, um, B vitamins, B12, iron, because I did find out that I was iron deficient. I started taking iron, and now it took a while for me to start feeling better. I mean, it took a period of months, almost a year for me to actually start, the symptoms to start minimizing, the anxiety and the hot flashes and um, just the doom and gloom depression. It took a while. I also did ashwagandha. I did ashwagandha, which is a adaptogen, and it helps your body adapt to stress. So I did the adaptogen. I mean ashwagandha. I'm sorry, but now the thing I felt like was key to balancing me out, because I felt like I was estrogen dominant, is progesterone cream. And they acid, you use like 1/4 teaspoon of the progesterone cream twice a day. So I normally put it on in the morning and in the evening, and I've had this a couple of months, so it lasts a long time, guys. And you know, this is the amount that I've used, if you can see that. But it helped minimize a lot of the symptoms, and it helped with your skin. They say it helped with the weight gain. I don't know about that, but I do know that horrible gloom and doom type depression that I was experiencing, I'm no longer experiencing that. So this has helped tremendously. And the other thing that's helped is the magnesium. And I don't really take a particular brand, but I try and take the glycinate, the magnesium glycinate, because what it'll do once it builds up in your system. Now I learned that sometimes it takes a while for these vitamins and minerals to build up in your system. What I learned about magnesium is that if you continuously take it every day, it will calm the anxiety. It will help with lower your blood pressure. It will help you feel less anxious, just relaxed. And I normally take 300 to 400 milligrams a day. At my worst, when I was experiencing the panic attacks and anxiety real bad, and some of that could have been due to the iron deficiency. But at my worst, I took probably about 600 to 700 milligrams a day. And like I say, with the glycinate, if you take that, you don't have to worry about experiencing the diarrhea. Now, if you take citrate, eventually you're going to start having some loose bowels or diarrhea. But with the glycinate, it builds up real well in your system. And unless you're eating a leafy green salad every day, a huge leafy green salad every day, you probably need magnesium in your diet because it's a mineral. It's what we need. It helps our heart. It helps all our bodily functions. So without magnesium, we just cannot function. So magnesium was key. The vitamin D was key because not only is it a vitamin, it's actually a hormone. And so I feel like vitamin D actually helped balance my hormones, and it helped my immunity, and I think it did just wonders for your energy, because I found that if I take 10,000 milligrams a day, I have a decent level of energy. Um, so that's really cool. If I drop down to 5 and I take that for a few days, my energy is not as good. So I've learned that the 10,000 units work well for me. So, guys, magnesium, vitamin D, progesterone cream. The next one I want to talk about is fish oil. I take fish oil. Some people take the flax. I do flax seeds as well, but I put those in my smoothies, and I put those in like my protein waffles I make. I have to do a recipe for y'all, but I take fish oil, and it does wonders for your skin, because during perimenopause and menopause, your skin can start getting very dry because of the hormonal issues. But I take the fish oil. I take probably around 2,000 milligrams a day of fish oil, and I try and do at least one green smoothie a day. I try to do a huge jar of greens, and that normally consists of spinach or kale or both, a banana, fruit. I either use coconut milk, some type of nut milk, or water, and an avocado always, because of the good, fatty acids that's in the avocado. So I do that. And I also take, I'm trying to think, I take selenium because I felt like I had some issues with my thyroid, even though when I went to the doctor and was tested, it was showing normal, but I had all the classic symptoms of a thyroid issues, which, your thyroid produce your thyroid hormone. So I feel like they were off too. But I did the selenium, and I also did some iodine or kelp. Like now, I'm just gonna start doing maybe 2 or 3 drops of iodine because I ran out of my kelp. But I experimented a few months to see what would work. What would work and what wouldn't work. And so now I got a pretty good grasp on the supplements that has worked for me. And I can tell you, I no longer have the hot flashes or the night sweat. That's been taken care of. But I want to say primarily because of the progesterone cream. That's what helped me with that issue. And if you get online and Google it, you can um, kind of find out whether you need estrogen or progesterone. I just happened to go to the health food store and I talked to an older lady who worked there, and I told her what was going on with me, and she said, you know, I think you may need to try the progesterone cream because I don't think you're quite ready for the estrogen, because they do have progesterone and estrogen in a both in the same jar. I mean, they have the you can get it in one jar, or you can buy it separately. But anyway, she felt like since I was still having a cycle at that time, that I really needed the progesterone cream, so that's what I got. But anyway, that's what I've been doing, and it seems to be working. I'm 52. I'm no longer experiencing all those symptoms, and I'm still hadn't been a year since I had a cycle, and I'm still kind of spotting um, here and there. But like I said, none of those horrible, horrible, horrible symptoms. And the other thing, I had very, very, very heavy menstrual cycles when I would have them. I mean, heavy, scary, clots and all, guys. Um, and it was just scary. And so the other supplement that I was taking was iron, and iron played a big part of my recovery because I had cracks in the corner of my mouth, and I didn't know that iron deficiency can cause you to have cracks in the corner of your mouth. And if you put your eye down, if it look really pale, that could be a symptom of iron deficiency. And you know, I had fatigue and tiredness and all that. But with all those heavy cycles, hormones out of balance, everything kind of played into everything else. And so my doctor, he, put me on an antidepressant because he thought I was just depressed. And I did take that for a while because I was desperate. I was waking up with panic attacks at night. So I did take the antidepressant for a while. For a few months, I couldn't take but a little bit at a time because my body just would not accept it. But I did manage to get up to like 25 milligrams, and I couldn't go past that. And I even had to see a cardiologist who was saying that it's just anxiety. And they had ran all these tests, and they were just saying it's anxiety. But so he also had me, wanted me to take an antidepressant, which I did take for a few months. I would break it and take maybe 10 and a half, and just to try to do something to help myself. But ultimately, I end up getting off of that and taking the ashwagandha, and the ashwagandha actually help your body adapt to stress because it can be very stressful when your body is going through changes. So now, guys, what I'm working on, I had lost a lot of weight because I just couldn't eat. I didn't have appetite. I didn't, I was just stressed out. I didn't know what was going on. So now I'm eating healthier. In fact, I'm probably eating a bit too much now. But then I'm also working out. And I know when I work out, it increases my appetite, of course. You need more calories. You just need to, we just have to watch the type of calories that we're taking in, the type of foods, not the type of calories, but the type of foods. But anyway, I'm working out now, and like I say, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still having some minor symptoms of, my hormones being off, but I kind of feel like they'll balance out, if I just keep doing what is healthy. And most of the time, my meals consist of, I try to do more vegetables than meat, very little meat. At one time I was vegan, but then when all this, at least plant-based, I can't say vegan because vegan entails a lot, but I was plant-based until all this stuff started happening, and then I'm like, well, I don't know. So I started incorporating like salmon and stuff back into my diet. But I was doing a lot of leafy salads every day. Every day I was doing salads, huge salads. I would do some type of healthy fat, salmon smoothies every day, salads every day, um, just really healthy eating, no sweets. I would do a lot of tea, green tea, dandelion tea, just a lot of teas. I just kind of totally changed my diet, which I wasn't eating horrible before, but I did just cut out a lot of sweets or what have you, and just try to focus on my health. So where I'm at now is I am working on, you know, trying to maintain a healthy weight, and to continue to, minimize symptoms of menopause and perimenopause, because I don't want to have to go through all of that. And, I know how people feel now. You feel like gloom and doom and something just, yeah, it's just horrible, horrible, horrible. But anyway, guys, the progesterone cream, um, the magnesium, the vitamin D. I took selenium. I also take zinc. I take zinc every other day, about 50 milligrams a day. I'm trying to think of what else I take. Um, I do a lot of oils. I do. I use olive oil. I use coconut oil. I take B vitamins, B complex, and I do have a multivitamin. And I try to alternate every other day. One day I take my multivitamin, the next day I take my B complex. I just do it that way because I feel like if I get more B vitamins if I just take the B complex as opposed to taking the multivitamin. So, that's the way, I choose to do it. But anyway, I told you guys about the iodine. I have like liquid iodine that I take, and the dosage is 1 drop is 150 micromilligrams. Of course, they said we need more than that, but I think a good dosage for me is probably about 300 to 600 micromilligrams, and that's true. Just experiment with the dosage. I did a lot of experimentation during this time. So, that's my rundown on perimenopause. And like I say, some people experiencing symptoms young. Some people are put into early menopause, because of, maybe they had a hysterectomy, and maybe, they had some issues, and had to have some type of surgery, like maybe the ovaries were removed, partial hysterectomy. But some people are put into early menopause, so they have to start hormonal treatments. But from what I understand, the bioidentical natural hormones is better for you. So I'm not a doctor or nutritionist, so I would advise that, you guys do your own research and make sure you do what's right for you. And, you consult your doctor, about your supplements. I did. And some things, um, he was kind of iffy about me taking, but because I've always kind of done natural thing, and it worked. um but like I say, do consult your physician, because I'm not a physician and I'm not a nutritionist. I just kind of do my own research and do my own thing, and I run it by my doctor, and um if he asks, of course I tell him what I'm taking, because if he want to prescribe something, I don't want any interactions or what have you, which I'm not big on doctor's medicine. No, sir, I'm not. But, no, ma'am, I'm not. So, like I say, guys, if this video has been helpful to you, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. That will really help me out. So I'm going to be coming back and talking about, magnesium. I'm getting ready to make some magnesium oil, and I'm gonna be selling my own magnesium oil very shortly. I'm also getting ready to make some cream for your skin. It's gonna give you an instant, it's gonna firm instantly, and I'll be back to talk about that. Um, so, thank you guys for watching, and just stay tuned for more videos. And please, if it's been helpful to you, please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you. This is Ada.